Golden Valley police have recovered a Porsche and 4 other vehicles after a string of luxury car thefts. Some cars are still out there missing. Emily Haugen explains what officers are looking for.
A string of auto thefts.
Individuals broke into the Porsche dealership here in Golden Valley.
Thefts that all led up to a not-so-smooth recovery.
Unoccupied, but the Porsche was total.
This comes after 2 more, a Cadillac stolen on Sunday, and a number of others stolen Tuesday.
7 vehicles were stolen from a business here in Golden Valley that does reconditioning for several dealerships.
4 of those found by Friday.
Yeah.
Golden Valley Chief of Police Virgil Green says those heists are connected.
One person has been taken into custody who is associated.
He says police are still searching for 7 other suspects.
These cars are just being used to commit other crimes locally.
Green says businesses are worried, but shops and his department will react accordingly.
It's going to be a partnership of how we can help the dealerships protect their vehicles, but also how we can patrol those areas a lot more.
For now, the search for answers continues. In Golden Valley, Emily Haugen, CCX News.
Police need your help with the investigation. Anybody who knows anything should contact the Golden Valley Police Department. We've reported in recent weeks about various cities with various water use restrictions or guidelines because of the drought conditions across Minnesota. Now, one city reminds its residents they can track how much water they're using almost in real time. Jenna Globe has the story.
Golden Valley is giving residents a way to keep a close tab on their water consumption. It's called Eye on Water.
Eye on Water gives the residents the ability to monitor their own water usage without having going down to their meter to check it.
The online portal allows customers to log into their account to see how much water they're using in the current billing cycle.
You can set up alerts, so if you have a toilet that is stuck, or your child went outside and turned on the faucet and forgot to turn it back off, you don't have an exorbitant bill that can throw you for a loop.
Rude showcased how residents can monitor usage for things like leaky toilets.
The one that's most notorious for that is your toilet. It's not leaking on the floor, it's leaking down the sewer line.
And dripping irrigation systems, which can waste more than 40,000 gallons a month.
This is by month, and the beginning of the year they had much lower usage. When they turned on their sprinkler system in May, their water usage tripled.
Rude says less than 10% of city water customers are using Eye on Water.
And the people that are using it are very grateful, and they have made changes in their lifestyles.
And city leaders hope Eye on Water can transform how residents stay engaged with their water usage, save money, and help the environment. In Golden Valley, CCX News, Jenna Globe.
Hundreds of students in the northwest suburbs will start the school year with new backpacks and school supplies thanks to a Golden Valley nonprofit. On Friday, PRISM distributed brand new backpacks and other supplies to more than 400 kids and their families. The event is part of PRISM's Back to School Success Day to help make sure that families that struggle to make ends meet can provide their kids with the necessary tools to succeed in the classroom.
So what we do at PRISM is we provide items to help stretch families' budgets. So these are items that we were able to get donated thanks to the generosity of the community. So kids are well prepared for school. Kids want to do well, they want to succeed, and they need to have the right materials.
To go along with the school supply distribution, PRISM's Shop for Change thrift shop also discounted many of its fall items to help some families with their back-to-school shopping needs. The mayor of Brooklyn Park hopes to bring back some new business when he comes back from a trip to Japan this fall.
They're going to help us prioritize that because as electeds you have this view, but the market demands what the market demands. And so when you talk to different businesses, there's certain things they need to grow. So I'm looking to understand what that is.
Governor Tim Walz invited Brooklyn Park Mayor Hollis Winston to the Midwest U.S.-Japan Association Conference in Osaka in September. City Council approved the roughly $4,500 trip on Friday afternoon in a special meeting. 3 Japanese companies have large facilities in Brooklyn Park. Takeda, Olympus Surgical, and Curita all set up shop along the Highway 610 corridor. Mayor Winston said he hopes the trip can help keep Brooklyn Park in international business discussions. It's also, he said, about retaining and growing the businesses already here. Winston said the short-term return on investment might not be obvious. He sees the relatively expensive trip as part of a long-term investment in the city's future job market.
So even in terms of tax incentives or land or what educational programs they may need in place, what are you looking for from a city, and how can we over time begin to build that relationship? Because this is not going to be just a 1 or 2 year project, right?
While City Council approved the trip, the vote was not unanimous. Some council members questioned the need for the trip when less expensive domestic networking options are available. A community tradition is back this weekend with a slightly different format. St. Gerard Church in Brooklyn Park hosts its annual Corn Fest on Saturday. This year it's all in one day from noon until 10 p.m. It offers food, games, entertainment, and of course, corn. The church's main fundraiser started in a cornfield. Now it gets its fresh corn from Riverview Farm in Elk River.
This is free to anyone to come in. There's no charge to come in. We hope people come in and just enjoy the day, see what St. Gerard's is all about, and just have a wonderful day.
Because the forecast calls for hot weather on Saturday, there will be water sports for the kids to cool off and bingo games available inside the church and the AC. It's the first Corn Fest for St. Gerard in 4 years. The church is located just north of Highway 610 in Brooklyn Park off Regent Avenue.
The prep football season kicks off in a couple of weeks. Here's Jay Wilcox with a preview of the Armstrong Falcons.
Though they didn't go as far as they'd hoped, last season's trip to the state Class 5A playoffs was a big step for Armstrong football, the first state appearance since 2003 for the Falcons.
It really just showed that we have the potential if we work hard enough. I believe a lot of guys last year didn't really think we'd be in that position. With the 3 losses we took at the end of the season, it kind of dipped down our hopes, but showing that we can, face adversity and everything, it's really good for this program.
As practices begin for the 2023 season, the Falcons are cautiously optimistic about their chances. They will have a lot of new names handling the football.
Because we graduated a lot of seniors, so the junior class from last year is feeling pretty good about this season. We got a tough schedule, but I think that we can get it done.
Last year we talked, we were super excited about our perimeter guys, both sides of the ball, and we up front was kind of where we had some question marks. We knew we could be good there, but some inexperience. And now this year I would say we're the exact opposite. We've got some experience up front. O-line, everyone's back. D-line, everyone is back.
Defensively, and an outside linebacker, Langdon College, is coming off a very good junior season and looks ready to dominate as a senior. He's committed to North Dakota. Offensively, wide receiver Seth Newbern, third-year starter on the O-line Luke Pappas, and running back Kevon Johnson are players to watch. Longtime quarterback Jamin Malone graduated, meaning change at that key position.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, right? We've been fortunate here in the last 6 years. We've had 2 quarterbacks with 2 3-year starters with Jake Breitbach years ago, and then Jamin Malone the last 3 years. And so, we're gonna have someone new here again, but we like where we're at.
The schedule's a lot different. The Falcons have a whole new slate of teams to face.
A lot of new opportunities. We're facing a lot of good teams this year, so it's just a challenge that we're looking forward to.
But it all switches up a little bit this year, and so we only have one team that we've played in the past, which we play Cooper again.
A new year, a new schedule, but Armstrong's looking to stay at a high level. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Osseo football also began the preseason this week. Chaz Moots has more on the Orioles.
Osseo football is finding out who's got toughness with tires. Week 1 has been all about evaluating what the Orioles got, and so far, they like what they got.
This group this year just really, they're kind of gritty. They show up, they're very coachable. We're going to kind of come out and maybe have a little bit more of that accountability, a little bit more of that discipline, push on our leaders a little bit more to step up and take charge because we have to strive for perfection.
The Orioles graduated 30 seniors from a team that went 3-6 a season ago.
Ready, down.
But being young isn't all that bad.
We have a pretty young squad, but I think building a connection with each other, making sure that we all know what we're doing out on the field. It doesn't take one person to win a football game. It takes like the whole team. It takes everybody.
I'd say with our younger guys, I feel like we're more like jittery, and that's something that you really want. You want someone that's really just energetic, and you want someone to go out there and just hit something.
Defensively, Osseo will be led by returning linebackers Shannon Anderson and Chris Sanchez, along with cornerback Temi Donato.
Culture in Osseo is team first, so I think that's going to be really big for us, especially on defense, because teams are going to score on us, and we need to know when to come together and fix it.
On the offensive side of the ball, the Orioles are focused on controlling the game on the ground and expect Sawyer Sanders, Jamie Coolseth, and Carter Williams to lead the backfield.
Our ultimate goal is to keep the clock ticking and run the football. In my eyes, the best defense is the defense on the sideline, so keeping those guys fresh, flying in and out.
We're a run-heavy team. We definitely need to be accountable on the line. You need to be able to trust your other linemen. You have to make sure that they're doing the right thing. It really starts with us up front.
Osseo doesn't mind spreading it out and passing either, but first they need to figure out who their starting quarterback is between Taven Smith and Ethan Witcher. In Osseo, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Orioles open the season August 31st at Maple Grove, a game you can see live here on CCX.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.